The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens do battle again. And this time it's on Saturday, 4:30 Eastern, 9:30 p.m. UK time. So we've got an early game on Saturday. Thoughts on this one? Because it is going to be a game in which two teams go hard at it.
Chippy.
It's going to be chippy. We've got on one side Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, playing hard. And then you've got on the other side, you've got TJ Watt playing as hard. Now, if you look at it, both of these teams are very good defending the run. Baltimore, even though it says they're not brilliant defending the pass, sometimes they're good and sometimes they're very bad. What do you think is the key to this one? Because if you look at it, Pittsburgh have a massively good takeaway differential, plus 18, we're the best in the league. And we were looking at some stats earlier, and Lamar's, on top of his brilliant passing season, he has lost 5 fumbles this year, and TJ Watt has been peanut punching everything.
Yep, 100%. I think the tape is they're basically gonna sort of see if they can try and force these fumbles, because it's obvious right now it's a tendency for Lamar. Here's the thing: I think the Ravens kind of have to win this game, only because there's been a lot of hype this season in terms of what the team is heading forward. They've kind of got all the pieces in place. They've acquired Derrick Henry, and if they were to fall to 9-6, that's really underachieving considering where we had them projected at the start of the year. So in terms of they're gonna have to play a really sound game. That's not going to be easy against the Steelers. Like I said, these two teams are arch nemesis. They've been at each other's throats for decades now. So it's definitely going to be one of those games where I'm more interested in seeing how it's going to be officiated, because games like this are always going to be play until the second whistle. I'm mainly saying that because when my Eagles played the game, it got against the Steelers, it got very chippy, and the refs kind of let things play.
That was a battle of Pennsylvania, and this is a battle of the AFC North, right? So
yeah,
if you look at it, injury wise, it's not you've got the weird situation with the Ravens and Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson's effectively been excused from team activities for this entire week, so he's not going to be playing, right? If you look at the last 5 matchups between these two teams, 34 points, 27 points, 27 points, 29 points, 30 points. It's not going to be high scoring.
Nope.
This is what these two teams do. They just grind each other into utter oblivion. But we're compelled.
The first one. Because the first one, the Steelers essentially forced the game to be a defensive game. And it was a low scoring. And historically,
Historically,
have always been.
Yeah.
It's a defensive fest. It's because both teams play tough, hard-nosed defense. Both teams, they pride themselves on being defensively amazing. So it's going to be one of those games, and whoever blinks first loses. So, but I agree with Will in the terms of the Ravens has to win this one because the Steelers got the first one. And I think if the Ravens were to lose again, then it kind of gives way for the Buffalo Bills to get closer to clinching the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs. So the Ravens really got to win this one to keep up the chase.
I think if the Steelers win this one, they win the division officially.
So there's a lot. Yeah, so there's a lot on line.
There's a lot riding on this because if the Steelers win the division,
because there'll be 2 games ahead with 2 games left, and they've won both matchups, so therefore they've won it.
And that would be goodbye to Limar's MVP hopes.
Yeah, and like I said, a huge reservation
because Allen's already won his division, hasn't he? I think the Bills have already won the AFC East. So
nobody else in the AFC East has a winning record. Never mind an 11-3 record.
Yeah, no, I think.
So,
I'm kind of like I'll be interested to see how the Steelers respond because obviously coming off the loss to my Eagles, I think they're on the run for blood. Like I think they're definitely going to go in and they're going to play hard all the way. They know they can clinch. They know they can win it. It's going to be a hard game for the Ravens. If they make errors, if the Ravens costly fumble or a turnover, like that could be huge.
Do
And knowing
you
Lamar,
know?
like if he puts the ball on the ground, it's 100% going to be on him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of an intriguing stat, right? The last 7 games in a row, that offense has turned the ball over, right?
I mean, Ravens offense?
No, Steelers. 1-1-1-1-1-1. They had 2 turnovers against the Commanders, right? Defensively. But then you look at the defensive side of the ball. 2 turnovers last week defensively. 3 turnovers, and then the 4 games prior to that, there were all 3 turnovers from the defensive side of the ball.
Their turnover machine.
They're just an utter machine turning the ball.
They know how to force it. When it's like that, you know it's been coached. So this is something they're actively looking to do, which is why like ball security is going to be huge. Like they will play the ball before they play the offensive player in some cases because they know if a tackle's good, we'll secure the tackle. We're not worried about that with the Steelers. But let's try and get that ball out because if we get that ball out, we can steal a possession. And in a game like this, against 2 defensive teams, possessions are going to be hard to come by. So
whilst TJ Watt has only 11.5 sacks on the season, right? He has 6 forced fumbles, which is leading the league. He has 2 fumble recoveries, and he has 18 tackles for loss.
How many sacks?
11.5.
11.5.
In 14 games. 11.5, 18 tackles for loss, which is leading the league. 6 forced fumbles.
He's there. He's everywhere. Wherever the ball is, TJ Watt's coming. I don't know how this guy has a motor like that. He's just constant. He never stops. His hustle is unique.
If I just quickly, if you look at Defensive Player of the Year, at the moment, the favourite is TJ Watt.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Like, if you look at the performance,
he's been playing lights out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't win deep Defensive Player of the Year when your team is garbage. So sorry, Miles.
All right, let's get on to predictions. Are the Ravens going to bring the division back to parity, or are the Steelers going to clinch in?
Is this game in Baltimore?
In Baltimore.
I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think the Ravens will be motivated enough to scrape this one out, get a win, and bring it back to parity. I don't think Harbaugh, Lamar,
it's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, it will be, but I don't think Baltimore is going to stand for the Steelers to win the division in their house. Like, nah,
that's a bit too much. Yeah, that's a bit too disrespectful.
So I am going with the Ravens to win. I just don't. I think it's more because I don't want to deal with my brother getting really annoyed because he does that. Like when he watches the Ravens, he gets really pissed off. But Wes is honestly like me, like I was with the Colts, just hitting my head on this desk when every time we kept on throwing the ball to the opponent. But well, do you think it's clean? Are you making it a clean house for us, or do you think it's going to go?
It's tempting to sort of make it clean house. I actually want the Ravens to win, but I think the Steelers are on a hot streak right now. Even though they lost to my Eagles, they're a very tough team to beat. And like I said, I'm a firm believer that sometimes it's about who gets hot late in the season, who has the hot hand. And I think the Steelers are that team right now. competent on offense. Defense is lights out, and they've got a future Hall of Famer up in the front that is just all motor all day, just doesn't stop. So he's going to be a threat throughout the whole game. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers to win this one.
All right. Drop a comment down below. Do you think the Steelers are going to win? Do you think they're going to clinch in M&T Bank Stadium? Or do you think the Ravens bring back parity? Please drop it down below. Please drop a subscribe. We'll catch everybody on the next game preview.